Crazy.
Would you like to join us up here? Oh, please. Yeah, thanks for coming.
There was one order there.
I'll have you go over there just because then I'll get you started on this side. Thank you. You want to join us? Yeah. You know what I got? I'm going to see if I can find some more signs.
Alright guys, what's there? Is anybody joining?
Oh, sure.
How's the service, guys? Is the service okay? Good. Okay, so for anybody just joining, it hasn't started yet, but this is a press conference for the people that were arrested for the church situation. 3 people have been arrested today, so this is the press conference. It just hasn't started yet, but that's what's going on. It's Lucy Parsons.
All right, we're going to get started here. My name is Jay Yates. I am a member of the Twin Cities Coalition for Justice. I'm a board member on the National Alliance Against Racist and Political Repressions Board, and I'm also a member of the PACAT Coalition, which is the People's Action Coalition Against Trump. My name is spelled Jaeyates. And we are here for a press conference in support of the 3 activists who non-violently disrupted a church service in St. Paul to protest one of its pastors, David Easterwood, who is an ICE commander. Monique Cullers-Doty, Nikema Levy-Armstrong, and Chantal Allen are respected, beloved activists who fight against police brutality and struggles for liberation in our communities. The idea that someone can facilitate the brutalization of immigrants and citizens, allow his officers to sexually assault women, gas families driving in their own neighborhood, kidnap children and parents in front of schools, shoot and kill our neighbors, and then preach sermons about God and morality is patently ridiculous. It's vile and it's hypocritical. Nothing in the Bible justifies any of this administration's actions. I would also remind us all that anti-segregationists who organized sit-ins at lunch counters also broke the law, as did those who freed black people from the plantations in the South. What is legal is not always right, and it is up to us to know the difference.
That's right.
This administration wants everyone else to follow the law while they consider themselves above it. They have time to launch investigations into incidents like this where absolutely no one was harmed, but not to investigate Jonathan Ross for the murder of our neighbor, Renee Good.
That's right.
They'll defend their president, a man convicted on 34 counts of fraud, but won't defend the constitutional right to due process. They can prosecute doctors and families for providing care and support for LGBTQ youth, but continue to protect actual pedophiles, rapists, and human traffickers by refusing to release the Epstein files. As Jesus said in Matthew 7:4, how can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when all the time there is a plank in your own? You hypocrite. Please give our coalition partners your attention as we announce our intent to fight these bogus charges and hold ICE and this criminal administration full of hypocrites accountable. Whether you try to hide behind religion or authority, we see you and we will not stop until you face justice for the harm done to our people. I want to invite up first to speak from the Twin Cities Coalition for Justice, Angel.
Woo!
Yeah! Woo! Hi, my name is Angel, that's spelled A-N-G-E-L. Last name is Smith, S-M-I-T-H-E-L. I just left the federal court building in St. Paul, and was in the courtroom when they brought in Chantel and, also Chantel Ellen and also Nikema Levy Armstrong. It just amazes me that the same types of stuff that happens in the 50s and 60s is going on right now.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like what Rosa sat, so we could sit up in front, right? And now you're gonna tell me my sister who went to a church where a person is supposed to be preaching love, truth, and whatever else, but it's turning around and sending our neighbors and locking them up and not oh my God, y'all, I'm sorry.
You got it.
I'm just really upset.
You got it.
Because I live in St. Paul, right? I live right in St. Paul, University and Dale Street, right there, and I see ICE agents clearly all day, every day, running my block. And it was the right of Nikema, Monique, and Chantel to go into that church for a pastor who is a head of ICE, who is supposed to be in my neighborhood, my hood. I'm a Rondo kid, and it is a diverse community, and you're going to put my friends in jail for some bull crap?
That ain't right.
Shame.
Right now, they're trying to detain them, but the judge did ask for Nikema's release. Not only has Monique has also been released, but also Trahan Cruz has been arrested. That has not been public enough because we don't know where he's at.
Wow.
Shame.
We're trying to find him. It was so intense in that room. I'm trying to tell you how intense it was. I was crying literally just because of anger and frustration. No person is illegal on stolen land.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not one person.
That's right.
That's right.
Nikema has a legitimate business in Uptown, and they're trying to use that against her.
Shame.
Shame.
Why? Because she's a black woman that wants to have cannabis illegal in her area, whatever, and we're gonna go after her for some bullshit like that. Excuse my language, but I swear for M&Ms, I will be out in the streets every day to fight for their release and any other person that they steal off of these streets in Minneapolis, Brooklyn Park, St. Paul, East Side, West Side, North Side, and I'm not gonna stop fighting until every last person is free, and we say freedom all and get rid of ICE.
That's right. Ice out of Minnesota.
Ice out of Minnesota.
Ice out of Minnesota.
Ice out of Minnesota.
Up next, we're going to have Alvin from the Minnesota Immigrant Rights Action Committee.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay. My name is Alvin Shang. That's ALVINSHENG, and I'm a member of the Minnesota Immigrant Rights Action Committee, MIRA. First, I want to share what many Christian communities of color are going through at this time. After Operation Metro Surge started, my church had to hire private security to protect our congregation from our own government.
Shame.
We've already seen a sharply decreased attendance as folks become too afraid to leave their homes to go to church. This story is all too familiar in many churches, mosques, and other houses of worship across the country ever since the Trump administration rescinded a Biden-era policy protecting schools, clinics, and houses of worship from immigration enforcement. ICE agents are the ones trampling on our right to religious freedom.
That's right.
That's right.
And not the protesters calling a church to account for enabling the agents' abuse of our community.
That's right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Jesus Christ himself entered the temple to drive out money changers and sellers, saying to them, "My house will be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers." The only thing he'd say differently in the case of City's church is that it has become a den of kidnappers.
That's
By
right. That's
allowing
right.
the leader of the St. Paul ICE field office, David Easterwood, to be a pastor there.
Boo.
Upholding religious freedom for ethno-nationalists only and not immigrants is absolutely a channel for fascism.
That's right.
It grieves me to say this as a Christian, but Christianity in America is being co-opted as a tool of the far right.
Yep.
As long as the religion enables the harming of the immigrant, the widow, and the orphan, the social groups appointed special care in the Christian faith, there is no longer anything sacred in this religious facade.
That's right. That's right.
It becomes nothing but a backdrop for a racist agenda.
That's right.
However, you all hardly need any more reminders that we are living in reactionary times. We must do everything in our power to help those facing the brunt of repression, such as the participants of the city's church protest, Nakima, Chantal, and Monique. The victims of political repression also include the legal observers and protesters against ICE.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
In fact, just yesterday, MIRAC received reports of ICE agents threatening to break the car windows and detain observers if they keep observing them.
Shame.
This is in violation of Friday's court order that ICE cannot detain or use force on non-violent observers. This court order has unfortunately been put on hold. I urge those that foresee themselves in such situations to write the number of the National Lawyers Guild on their arm, make an emergency plan in case of detention, and remember not to sign or say anything.
Yes.
Indeed, the stakes have never been higher, and so we need all hands on deck.
That's right. Right.
What that looks like is different for each individual. For some, it might mean confronting the ICE agents trying to kidnap our neighbors.
Yeah.
For others, it might mean doing mutual aid behind the scenes.
Yeah.
However, at the very least, everyone should band together when those on the front lines are facing the kind of repression that our comrades, Nakima, Chantal, and Monique are going through.
That's right. That's right.
Drop all charges against Nakima,
Every last
Chantal,
one.
and Monique.
Yes.
Drop all charges against all protesters.
That's right.
We will say it every time. Protesting is not a crime.
That's right.
Yeah.
We will say it every time.
Protesting is not a crime.
We will say it every time.
Protesting is not a crime.
All right, up next, we are going to have Olivia from the Minnesota Abortion Action Committee.
Yeah.
My name is Olivia Croll, that's spelled Olivia Crull. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm with the Minnesota Abortion Action Committee. The Minnesota Abortion Action Committee unequivocally denounces the arrests of our local movement leaders, Nakima Levy-Armstrong, Monique Kohler-Stody, and Chantal Allen. These three women should be commended for their bravery and commitment to justice.
That's right.
That's right.
Not threatened with criminal prosecution.
Okay.
Yes.
They were exercising their fundamental right to protest by standing up to say that ICE agents and collaborators do not belong in a place of worship.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, they do not belong in our cities at all.
That's
That's
right.
right.
We see these very same agents violating our civil rights every single day in the streets of Minneapolis, St. Paul, and beyond.
Yeah.
We know that all three women have been threatened with prosecution under the FACE Act, or the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act. As an organization fighting to protect reproductive rights, we are outraged that the FACE Act would be weaponized in this way.
Okay.
That's right.
FACE was intended to protect providers and patients from the very real threat of anti-abortion violence.
That's right.
We live in a country where abortion clinics have been bombed, where providers have been assassinated, and where people seeking reproductive health care are routinely harassed, intimidated, and attacked by so-called pro-life forces.
Shame.
Shame.
So to see one of the few laws that we actually have to protect ourselves from right-wing violence used in this way, twisted and manipulated to attack nonviolent protesters demanding justice in the face of ICE occupation, it is beyond shameful. And our movement will not stand for it.
That's
That's
right.
That's right.
The Trump administration has made it clear that they will bend and break the law to serve their racist and reactionary agenda.
Yep.
Just this last year, Trump's Justice Department announced that they would be limiting the enforcement of FACE for attacks on abortion clinics specifically.
Shame.
That they would only enforce the law in cases of, quote, extraordinary circumstances. Trump has pardoned numerous defendants charged under FACE who blocked clinic doors and prevented people from receiving essential and time-sensitive health care.
Shame.
This administration is declaring open season on our providers, patients, and clinics only to turn around and arrest 3 women, and it sounds like others, who harmed no one.
That's
right.
And who simply dared to stand up and use their voices to say what so many of us have been saying for weeks now. ICE is terrorizing our communities and they need to leave.
Yes.
As leaders in the movement for Black Lives, Nikema Levy-Armstrong, Monique Kohler-Zodi, and Chantal Allen have steered our communities through so much hardship and have always stood on the side of justice.
That's right.
They are being targeted because this administration knows that they are powerful and they will not back down.
That's
right.
We join in the call for their immediate release,
Yes.
for any investigation or potential charges to be dropped.
Yes.
No justice,
No peace.
ICE off our streets.
No justice. No peace. ICE off our streets.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, up next we are going to have Andrew from the Anti-War Committee.
Woo. Yeah.
My name is Andrew, Andrew, Joseph Check,
like just a little bit. You keep walking in front.
JOSEFCHAK. I'm a member of the Minnesota Anti-War Committee. I want to start by completely uniting with everything that Olivia just said. The use of the FACE Act to target these 3 activists is absolutely shameful. There's simply not another word for it. An act that was intended to protect people being used to demonize 3 leaders in the Black community who have stood up consistently for justice for years and years. It's reprehensible. And I want to say I've known all 3 for many years. I met them through my work in the Anti-War Committee because they have always invited us out to protest. They've always stood with other movements. They have said, we want people at our events for Black liberation talking about police militarization, talking about the way that U.S. wars feed back into our communities here, about the way that the Israeli apartheid in Palestine affects Black communities here. That is how I got to know them, is because they stood up with our movement and have stood with every progressive movement in the city. And we are ready to stand up for them in a major way.
That's
right.
In 2010, the Anti-War Committee was targeted by the FBI on trumped up, in fact, completely false charges that we were supporting terrorism. And we beat those charges. Our offices were raided. A number of our members' homes were raided. A friend of mine right over here is standing here free today because when called to a grand jury, we said, no, we're not going to cooperate with this. We're going to stand up for ourselves. We're going to fight back loudly.
That's
And you know what? The reason we won is because the people stood with us. People like Chantel and Monique and Nikema stood with us. And it's time for us to pay that forward, to stand up for them, to stand with them. The Anti-War Committee is here to support them in every way we can, whether that's publicizing their case as much as we can, whether that's hitting the streets with them, anything they ask of us, we're here for them, because FBI terror against any of our movements is a threat to all of us. Whether that's people, whether that's people in organizations, people who consider themselves activists, or just people, day-to-day normal folks who probably haven't been involved in politics before, who are out on the streets keeping watch for ICE, trying to keep their community safe. All of us are endangered by this.
That's right.
And that is why we stand in solidarity. We've got your back. Thank you.
All right, we're going to hear from the People's Action Coalition Against Trump, represented by Tracy.
Thank you. My name is Tracy Mol, spelled TracyMolm, and I am here representing the People's Action Coalition Against Trump. We formed as a way to stand up to Trump's attacks, to unite the anti-war issues with reproductive rights issues, to unite climate justice issues with attacks on Black and brown people and immigrants in the Twin Cities. Little did we know that we would become the center of this struggle. Today we are here to stand with the heroes Monique Colors Doty.
Yes.
Yes.
Nakima Levy's Pound.
Yes.
And Chantel Allen.
Yes.
They used their voices to stand strong and to say that ICE needs to leave the Twin Cities.
That's right.
We know that consistently ICE is lying. When Bovino says that they are arresting criminals, that is a lie. They are arresting our neighbors, friends, and family.
Yes.
That's
And
right.
so today, we stand united together to say that we will not allow these charges to move forward.
Yes.
That we will stand up, that we will take the streets, we will join with the actions happening tomorrow and
Yes.
continue to have actions in the streets and in each and one of our neighborhoods.
That's right.
And so we challenge the people of the Twin Cities to continue to stand up. If you have not stood up, now is the time.
Yes.
Tomorrow is the day at 2 p.m. We will join the people of Minnesota in the streets
Yes.
to
Yes.
say that ICE needs to get out.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
All of the pearl clutching over whether or not it was right to go into a church can end.
That's
ICE
right.
needs to leave the Twin Cities now.
Yes.
That's right.
And so we call on everyone to join us in the streets tomorrow and after that.
Yes.
That's right.
Thank you.
We will now open it up for questions.
What do we know about Trey Hearn?
We don't.
Yeah.
Nothing?
We don't know where he's at right now. We know he's been detained.
Okay.
We're trying to find out. Jordan Kushner is working on that. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just an activist. I just talk anywhere. But anyways, Jordan Kushner, who is representing Nakima, and they're trying to find out where he's at.
Can you say a bit more who Trey Hearn is?
Trey Hearn Cruz is a BLM activist, Black Lives Matter activist, also a man who's been out trying to fight for reparations for Black folks, constantly in the streets, doing things that all activists are trying to do, make lives better for the people in Minnesota and Black people in general.
That's
And
right.
can you say again, you were in the courtroom, what did you hear the judge order today?
I didn't get to actually, their proceedings went on a recess because, the opposition didn't have a, what are those things?
A warrant?
A warrant,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
They didn't have a warrant present when they took them. And so now they're trying to gather up a warrant real fast so that they can actually now go ahead and do the thing that they were gonna do. Doesn't that sound half-ass backwards? I'm just saying. And also they were being very repressive to the people that came to support Chantel and Nakima, because they wouldn't let anybody in with phones. They made us put it in the bags, locked up, tight. I couldn't communicate with people to let them know what was happening and stuff like that. They also when Nakima came in and stuff, I gave her and they tried to throw me out. Told me I couldn't do that. Told me I couldn't represent CPAC, which is what we need, because CPAC is the only real accountability. Because what's Mayor Fry doing besides going on social media and telling say fuck ICE but not doing nothing?
That's right.
We don't even want him to do nothing because he ain't gonna do shit anyway.
That's right.
People are gonna make the change. I mean, if you got more questions, I'm sorry, I can be on here all day.
Just for clarity, you said a recess. Is that a recess as in they were out of court temporarily, they're going back in today, or a continuation?
They're gonna go back in today. The judge did say, as I was leaving out, that he did want to release Nakima. I don't know if that's happening, but they are trying to do a detention hearing. We also witnessed 2 detention hearings for a Somali man and a Latino man. And so that they delayed their court for those 2 to come forward first. And I think they did that strategically to see what we would do. But we got information about them to try and get them free.
And it sounds like we just got word that they are being released as we speak.
Yeah.
2 of them are being released. Do you know which 2?
I believe that Chantel and Nakima are being released.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like Chantal and Nakima are being released right now.
Yeah.
So once Monique
Colors Doty also in court today?
She was let go. She wasn't at court. She was in Minneapolis.
Okay, so she was already previously released?
Yeah.
So the only one that we suspect is still detained is Trader?
Right. Black man.
Isn't William Kelly, the activist that was also inside the church, was he also detained? And were any of them taken to the Whipple Federal Building or isolated for the detainees?
As far as we know, he wasn't detained. I saw him make a social media post this morning about the other detentions. I don't think he himself was ever taken to Whipple, but we don't know if the other activists were taken there because we haven't been able to communicate with them.
Right.
It looks like actually Attorney General Bondi updated that William Kelly is now in custody.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So he has not been arrested.
I was just gonna let
Yeah.
Sorry for asking too many questions here.
No.
So you mentioned that there was a third, well, 3 out of 4 now, protester who's detained. You weren't currently aware where he's being housed, exactly what his legal situation is. Do you have any theories or any insight into why that would be?
No, and I don't really care to theorize about that. The fact is that people are being targeted because they are willing to stand up for what's right.
Say that.
That's
right.
At the end
That's
of the
that
day,
part.
the only reason that these charges are being levied against these activists is because they are doing what our federal government does not want the rest of us to be doing.
Exactly.
Which is saying that this is wrong.
Okay.
And that detaining our neighbors and racially profiling them and picking up 5-year-old kids
Okay.
off the
Yeah.
street and then
Hey.
using them to pick up their parents.
Hey.
It's evil
Is that a
and
criminal
wrong.
offense? Evil.
We don't need a religion to tell us that this is wrong.
Hey.
And anyone who's hiding behind a church to make justifications for this is also wrong. And deserves to be called out no matter where they're at.
And a person in a church in a predominantly black neighborhood.
Any other questions?
Can someone just say an updated statement in response to the people being released today?
It sounds like,
repeat the question?
Oh, I just wanted an updated response from anyone here about them being released. Since this whole time we've been talking about them,
Yeah.
the request to get them released.
yeah, it sounds like Nikema Levy-Armstrong and Monique Collars-Doty, as well as Chantal Allen, have all been released. We don't know where Traherne Cruz is, and it sounds like William, what I don't know his last name, Callie, was also recently detained. So that's what we know at this time. And also, the charges have not been dropped. So even though they've been released, there is still, we still have to fight back against the charges themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Maybe you said before, do we know what body of agents performed the arrest?
No, I don't know. Any other questions?
Is Keith Ellison on it?
Probably not.
Yeah.
He hasn't reached out to, I mean, Monique is a member of the Twin Cities Coalition for Justice. Nobody has reached out to us. Nobody, as far as we know, has reached out to BLM Twin Cities either. So
Exactly.
I doubt it.
And Keith knows
my
us.
specific question is if there's been any cooperation or communication from our
elected officials?
Hell
Absolutely
no.
not.
Give a shit about this?
Absolutely not. There has been no communication from them.
Shame.
All right.
Except for
There's- Number one. Yeah. What are
Except for these guys.
If there are no other questions, we're gonna go ahead and end our press conference.
Are we gonna be protesting somewhere today?
It sounds like some people are planning a protest at the Whipple Building. Twin Cities Coalition for Justice is in talks about an action, but because we had to respond to this on short notice, we haven't had time to plan anything. But please follow our socials for more information and updates. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take this one.
Let me turn off the Wi-Fi as I walk out. Getting out of there. Alright, it should click off of Wi-Fi back onto normal service in a second, I think. Y'all mad annoying in these comments. here towards on and on about that spandex. God damn. I mean, listen, I agree the spandex was crazy, but let me get in the car before I speak. I'm kind of rushed here. It's freezing. Where's my keys? Okay. What a shithole. Just imagine not knowing these freaks are in a house right next to you. It's not a house. It's a meeting hall, like a city town hall thing or whatever it's called. Hold on. Turn this off. Jeez, I was asking you guys to at least stop bullying me. Jeez, going crazy in the chat. Hold on. Did the mini die? No. I just didn't bring it here. Reading MA has no meeting hall. Has no town. Oh my god. Hold on, just take you off 50 different layers. Just dropped my phone on the floor. Oh, the unemployment in one room. That's not very nice. Alright. Da-da-da. Wait. Alright. Put you here. Where's the Scientology building? It's like in the downtown area, I believe. Face is so cold. So cold. It's freezing. I got all these hand warmers. The big ones. I really just use them for my face though, because it's like, I feel like they only work if you're like literally pushing it against your face. The food stamp office at first, then the protest started. Oh my god. That guy had Paul Stanley pants on. Never seen someone cry like that in a YouTube chat. Kid Fresh, I cannot see that person. What do you say? Please block WAPX News 10 for multiple repeated abuses. If I see them again, I'll block them. Oh, and to clarify, Kid Freshy, no, I think that the priest or whoever is a terrible human being, that priest. But I just think that they shouldn't have walked into the church because you knew that that was going to get you arrested. Like, there was a high chance that that's going to get you arrested if you do that. Like, just like I can't walk into the Scientology building and, you know, start protesting them inside the building. So, I mean, that was my point. Just wasn't a very smart move. I wonder if that Don Lemon guy is gonna get arrested. I feel like he, oh shit. I feel like he probably is. Okay, where I'm thinking, should I go by I think I'm gonna go by the memorial. I think so. Don did nothing wrong. I mean, I'm not saying, like, my point is that the other ones already got arrested and he was in there too. So I'm assuming they're gonna arrest everyone that went in there. I'm trying to find the location of that memorial. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go to the location for that memorial, and then probably like that Whipple building or whatever. So once I get there, I will come back on, okay? And then since we've reported the center to ICE, okay, Yeah. All right, guys. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm gonna go check out that. We're gonna go to that memorial, and then I'll go back by the Whipple building. Everybody can go like that's writing over and over again mean stuff in the comments. I want you to take a minute, go into like a room by yourself or something, just like bang your head on the wall like over and over again, and just like punch yourself in the face and stuff so that you get all the anger out of your system. And then when you come back into the chat, feel free to bully. It's fine, but like just don't bully me. You know what I'm saying? Just like bully other people. Are you one of those muscle girls? What the fuck does that mean? I wish I had muscle. Anyways, yeah. So, all right, guys. I'll see you in a bit.